on my screen so I can read the chat. It's not there yet. Refuge uploaded 4 videos 7 days ago. How come it's not popping up? Subscriptions. There it is.
There we go.
Founded it. Okay. All messages. Live chat. What? Okay.
It's you, Mike. You got this.
There it is. It just popped up.
Someone said cheers and happy
Happy
Friday Eve. That's real around here.
So I got to look down at that, look down at that, look down at that, look down at that.
Almost prep day. Prep day is prep day.
It's prep day. It's prep day.
It's
Tonight
prep
is when you get started, so tomorrow is better.
prep day. It's happy prep day eve. Shalom, Jessica. 5x5.
Hey, we got a 5x5.
Strikers in the house. Oh, let me turn the volume down so I don't get no echoes.
It's almost behind you, Mike.
There's nothing behind me.
What's on that wall?
Just stuff.
Oh, come on. Pimp yourself.
Pimp my ride. Yo, this is my I love me wall.
But that's only a fraction of it, right?
Yes, it's only a fraction. Striker shalom, brother.
Yay, we have 5x5. So exciting.
So,
So this is your opportunity to ask Mike
yep,
all your questions.
yep,
He's out of town,
yep.
so this is going to be like a Q&A all the way.
All the way Q&A.
So if you've ever, I wonder, don't go to Google. Just
Yeah.
go to Mike.
Yes.
Google is a bad place to live.
Yes,
Don't go there.
It's a bad neighborhood,
Bad
especially
neighborhood.
WebMD.
Oh gosh,
That's horrible.
I'm banned from there. I can't allow myself to go there. Like your headache could be from
Who's on first?
dehydration or
Oh God, Abbott and Costello, really? Goodness, who's on first? What's on second? Who's on third?
Rick is here.
Rick's in the hizzy. No, Rick, I don't have any Alpine White no more, bro.
I think he's got all the kids.
Yeah, he's just got all of them.
He wants a TQ holder. But
I don't know where it went. There was a
I know.
there was a
we
demo.
We looked, and
It
it
looked-
disappeared. I think we probably gave it away.
I don't
How
know.
do
It's on
you
third.
Roll up the gloves.
That's a Philip thing, because he asked me that this morning. Philip's a fine cigar roller, not my jam.
It's like a fine cigar.
Yep.
Abe's Weekend said, Mike, say I'm too poor to afford wilderness survival. Could you or Refuge recommend a more affordable alternative?
Absolutely. Online, you go to the University of Utah School of Medicine. All that stuff's free. These guys right here, just basically go to WildMed U, look it up on Google. I mean, there's a little bit of a cost, but like for 4 courses for like $160, you can get their associates. But all their textbooks are free. Their search and rescue, backpacking medicine. But that's what I did to get my associates, and it cost me like $150. So, but even if you don't pay for it, all the information is there. You can take practice tests, but at least the textbooks are there in PDF form, and they're all free. So, exactly, wilderness. You put on WebMD, it's always cancer. That is 100% accurate. Beartron, I will stand by.
Okay, so Jessica Powell, I don't know if you can hear me. I hope you can. The remote responder is on demand. So if you've already purchased it or qualified for it, you should have gotten an email with a link to complete your registration. I have one, Mike.
Oh.
I have a mic, and Mike's in there holding his shirt out. And just go through that link in the email. If you didn't get it, hit us up on the website chat, and we will send you the link to that. And then somebody else asked, Lauren and or Harmony, how are y'all liking your treadmills? We love them.
I love ours. I had to bring mine to the office because Eden loves, if she sees me on it, she's like, walk. We go on walk. And I'm like, your legs don't move fast enough, honey. So I brought mine to the office. So it's over in our little workout area. But yeah, love ours.
Yeah, it's great. I don't know if you guys are looking for treadmills. That's not what we do, but Deer Run does have great treadmills. Either email me or Harmony, Lauren at Refuge Medical, or Harmony at Refuge Medical, because we can probably give you some kind of code. I'm assuming that's a thing.
I'm sure there's a shared
But
thing.
the ones that Harmony and I have, they have auto incline up to 12. You can run on
Saucy
them.
said, hey, love.
They're great. So, hello, Sauce, and you do hear me. Okay.
Beartron.
Yeah,
Yeah,
back
Beartron.
to you.
So Beartron, Brother, I am not a physician, but I do not know in my limited existence and knowledge, knowing that a penicillin allergy would screw up you guys' blood transfer. Um, so I would have to research that because I honestly don't know. But as far as I understand, blood type. It doesn't matter if you have allergies or not. But again, that is way above my scope of practice. So that's my honest answer, brother. I wish I could do better. But could use an on-demand OSHA regulator. Yeah, we can absolutely source an OSHA regulator. We actually just bought some for my wilderness bags. But yeah, we definitely, like TJ said, anything you want that's not on the website, we can probably get it. So getting a regulator is no bueno, no problemo. What else we got?
Good morning, Jimmy
I'm
Carr.
not as entertaining as TJ or Heath, so being on camera is rare for me. What do you recommend for people to get stock prolonged field care essentials? Bertrand, I mean, like the wound care book, it has all the gauze and the ace bandages and for the strains and sprains. I mean, I have so much, and you know me, I love Coban. I have miles and miles of Coban. Coban is my favorite tape because it sticks to itself. I can reapply it. I don't have to worry about sticky duct tape or trauma tape. I love my Coban. But for essential prolonged field care, again, it also depends on your skill set. I mean, do you feel comfortable with the tools do you have, or do you have like chest darts? Hey, I'll give it to my doctor friend or my paramedic friend. I mean, it depends on what your skill set is or what you're comfortable doing. Because if it's a SHTF, there ain't gonna be any rules. So, uh, obviously, simple over-the-counter medicines, uh, water and fluids, heat, cold packs, hot packs, blankets, skin stapler, absolutely. It just depends, brother. I mean, that's kind of you can expand on that a little bit, but um, I'm a nerd, so I have 20 of everything. I mean, literally. So yeah, I'm our medic, not my medic, but I'm fine. You're welcome, brother. I just wish I could, I literally just have buckets and buckets and mountains of gauze and Coban and ace bandages and over-the-counter meds, hydrogen peroxide, bottles of alcohol, um, just stuff you have in your house typically, your first aid kit in your house. Obviously, I have all the trauma stuff too, um, but prolonged field care, it's going to depend on what the injury is. I mean, how long you got to sustain that injury or that person, how bad were they injured? That's what I got on that one. Yep, lots of the basics. Master the basics. Absolutely. It's kind of like when you're playing with your pew pew. Master the basics. Yeah, your orange green simple starter pack. You like that, huh? I try to make those videos fun, not be all like a robot. Thank you for your purchases at Refuge. Here's your stuff. It's going to shipping. Try to make it fun. Got to have a little bit of goofiness. Let's see. Fluster cluck on her foot. I followed the hospital guidelines. How long? Well, it depends. I mean, if it went deep, did it hit a tendon? I mean, did it nick a vein? But foot lacerations, those last a hot minute for sure. Arizona rattlesnake bite kit as an EDC recommendations. So rattlesnakes are pit vipers, and just so you guys know, on the white paper data, only 20% of bites are actually venomous or envenomations, but it's still better safe than sorry. And Crofab is a typical anti-venom that you're going to get at the hospital, and that stuff is stupid expensive. But you're not supposed, I mean, like the old school, when we grew up, they were saying, suck out the poison, that's a no bueno. Putting a tourniquet on is a no bueno. Honestly, the easiest thing you can do is keep calm. Keep where the bite is close to the heart as possible. But I also I do herbal stuff and homeopathic stuff, so I have stuff that minimizes the poison. If you want to message me at mike@refugemedical.com, I can send you to the website where I bought my herbal remedies. But again, it's not a cure. It helps minimize the poison going through your body, and it's all herbal. Rick, what snake bite kit? The one that we have? Peroxide and alcohol in storage, as long as it's in a cool, dark place, that stuff will last you forever. I mean, as long as it doesn't get hot and doesn't get cooked. You don't want it in direct sunlight, obviously. Um, um, for any liquid medicine or something you're going to put on your body, all you really got to look for is, we call them floaties. Anything that's floating in there, or mold or anything like that, as long as it's still the same color it started as, it should be fine. Its effectiveness, even if it's expired, because the FDA makes people put expiration dates on everything. Um, again, that's an FDA thing. As long as it's stored appropriately, it'll last you forever, as far as I understand. Shalom 12C. Yeah, let's see. Chat's moving fast. Do I have any go-to medical books that I recommend people have? Gosh, brother, I'll have to email you, or you email me, and I will send you that list, because I don't have it memorized. I have a pretty decent library, but it's like Survival Doctor, I think, is one of the books. You know, that birth surgery book's pretty good. The 75th Regiment medic book's good. You get the full one with all the protocols and whatnot in it. But again, I try and dabble in all three uh, disciplines of medicine, not just stick to one, because Western medicine is not a fix-all. In my opinion, Western medicine is good for getting diagnostic stuff, but I would never take pharmaceuticals, because that stuff's bad for you, in my opinion. TGBG, I would love to put something like that together, but that's something that I've discussed with Boss Lady and Boss Man, maybe someday, because that would be super dope. But yeah, I literally have 3 jump bags in my Jeep. One's medical, one's trauma, and one's all herbal. So, but I'm still learning the herbal stuff. And then I have a homeopathic pharmacy as well. Again, it just depends on what the symptom is. Most stuff that's acute, which means happens, right away, which is your colds, your fevers, your ickiness, your ickies, all that stuff. I have a lot of homeopathic and herbal stuff for that stuff. For chronic stuff, that's a whole different conversation as far as treating those things. But I try and use medicines that uproot the problem, not put a band-aid on it or suppress the problem, because you can't say cure, but if you can suppress the problem versus just keep pushing it deeper and deeper and deeper, which is what Western pharmacology does, it just puts a band-aid on it. And that's why I started diving into homeopathy and herbal medicines, because that stuff worked well before science and synthetic meds happened, when the Rockefeller School of Medicine took over our medical colleges. Silver is awesome. If you could make silver, silver or silverdine, or what's that stuff called? Silver, colloidal silver. You can make that stuff. That'd be an awesome machine to have. Colloidal silver or colloidal gold. Good stuff to have. Hey, Mama Bear, when will the glove pouch be ready? She's hoping to release by Black Friday, 12C. Tim, you would email admin@refugemedical.com for that question. How many flashlights do I keep in my vehicle? I probably have 4 or 5. Who won the piece of cake? Someone named Gary. I don't remember his last name, but we mailed him all his stuff the other day. Sorry, I can't look at the chat and look at the phone at the same time. Rather than just treating symptoms with meds that cause new side effects, you need more pills for it. Exactly. That's good old Western allopathic pharmaceuticals. Order your stomp bag today. Hi, Kim. Nice to see you. The Herbal Medic by Sam. Oh my God, what's his last name? He has a website called the Herbal Medics Academy. Sam Kaufman, I believe, is his name. So the Herbal Medic by Sam Kaufman. He's a former 18 Delta Special Forces guy, and then dove into herbalism after he got out of the army. That dude's badass. He's a smart dude. I'm actually studying under him for my herbal stuff. He's got a school in New Mexico. Yep, colloidal silver is the bomb. Texas Sheep Lady for sure. Striker Cade. Maybe one day. It's still a little messy right now. It's kind of organized chaos. So, but yeah, I'm sure we could probably do something like that. My Jeep is basically a big bug out bag. So if my Jeep ever breaks, I'm gonna have to really decide, oh my God, what am I taking with me when I have to bounce? Raw Tim Henson. Yeah, I love colloidal silver. It's good stuff. When I used to work in the burn unit when I was stationed in Germany, we did all kinds of silver stuff, and that stuff's amazing. Colloidal silver, silverdine cream for burns. That stuff's awesome. Are there any teaser videos on the glove pouch? Not yet. Lauren's going to search the archives and see if she did one or not. If not, one does not exist yet. Mike needs a mic. My mic's not working. Can you not hear me? It's right here. Dental bag. That is something we've been talking about forever. But until we come up with something, I went to doomandbloom.com, Dr. Amy and Dr. Bones, and bought their dental kit, and it's pretty comprehensive. But I would love to build a dental kit here. Actually, I got that recommendation from PJ. PJ put it on one of his videos a couple years ago, and I was like, oh, that's pretty badass, so I bought one. Jimmy Carr, you know Sam Kaufman? That dude is super smart. Don't tell him you know me. All right, I won't. Yeah, he's my him and his wife are my instructors slash teachers slash mentors in the herbal stuff right now. That's the new rabbit hole I'm driving down to learn more about that world. What else? What else? Yep, Kevin, colloidal silver is awesome. What else? What else? Yes, please like the stream. Give us some love. Pound that like button. Subscribe. Hit the bell icon. All that stuff. Thank you, Kimberly. That's awesome. I will have to write that down. I'm going to write it down right now because I'm always in search of knowledge. Dr. Ellie on YouTube. Later, Trev. Have a good day, Kevin. To anyone who cares, join me. All right. Yes. Definitely join 12C after the pelt. Good stuff. Dirt diver. I don't know, brother. It depends on where you at to dig that poop hole. If I'm in the wilderness, I'm definitely not driving 20 minutes to the gas station. I'm going to get next to a tree and dig that hole for sure. I'm just lazy. Plus, I don't want to waste the gas if I don't have to. And then, depending on the gas station, do you really want to sit on that toilet? But I don't go anywhere without baby wipes either. I learned that when I was in the military in Iraq. Baby wipes are your friend. dude wipes, baby wipes, whatever your flavor is. Yep. I think Logan, I think we just started using that machine. I think they're still playing with it, but we have not done a lot of cuts on that machine yet, to my knowledge. 100% 12 seat. That is important to know, and how far it needs to be away from where you sleep and eat and where the wind's blowing. I was in Iraq in '03, and they built the kitchen tent literally the way the wind was blowing while the Marines were putting diesel fuel on the poop and stirring it up and burning it off. And all that smoke was going into the kitchen tent. And that was not a fun experience for 2 weeks because we all had diarrhea. It was awesome. Fluster Cluck, if you come over here, we'll hook you up for sure. If not, we'll send it to you. Rick, as far as I understand, the Lifeback is the next best option since the choker does not do business anymore. And Lifeback, to my understanding, does not do wholesale pricing. Therefore, what we would pay is what you'd pay directly from the website. That's why we don't carry it. Brett, you're welcome, brother. So yeah, Lifeback is, my understanding, is the next best thing to the bid choker. Yep. Oh, that's right. Fluster Cluck said you can't send a bucket to his P.O. box. Or her, him. I don't even know. Yep. You're welcome, Rick. Big E, I am one of the instructors for T3. Yes. I'm sorry, Fluster Cluck, thank you. I don't know. There's so many screen names, and it's hard to keep up with who's who. So, yes, ma'am. I will remember that from now on. Dirt Diver actual list of approved trainers for medical training. What kind of medical training you want to know? And obviously, do you want to attend those classes in person in Phoenix, in Arizona? What part of Arizona are you in? I may ask. One's approved by Train the Trainer. Well, Dirt Diver, I will have to look that up. I don't know what you mean by approved. I mean, all we do is teach the standards that are teachable C or basic EMS stuff. We don't have a proprietary curriculum per se. We just teach off other people's curriculum and then put the Refuge spin on it and add the stress-induced scenarios, so you can actually, use your hands and not just reading it from a book or watching a death by PowerPoint. So we want to put you in those environments to where you get to really think, and you're gonna learn way more. At least that's for me. I had to do it with my hands. I had to put it from my brain to my hands. I could read all day long and I won't retain anything until I do it. I have to do it. Oh, so you're all the way south, like down by Yuma, near the 10. I was stationed in Yuma for a hot minute, air base. You know, TGBG, my daughter and her husband used to call each other bro all the time, and I didn't understand that. He'd call her bro, and I'm like, is that a, I don't know, Gen Z thing or whatever? They're in their late 20s, so whatever generation they are. But I was like, dude, why are you calling your wife bro? I don't, I'm old, I guess. So I just don't understand that. Morning, Berkey. East of Yuma near the 10. All right. Yeah, I have to look that up, brother. I mean, again, all the training we do was created many years ago by somebody else, and like I said, we just put our own little Refuge spin on it. Aren't trainers on the Refuge site? We have the trainers on the Refuge site, right? Or RTPs or whatever. Yep. Texas Sheep Lady, yes, they're on the training tab on the website and then go to the RTP series. I had my daughter at 60. No, I did not, Sky. Thank you very much. That would super suck. Nope, she's 27 now, so that was a few years ago. Oh, tracking dirt diver. I'm tracking. 100% 12C, because that's basically, we teach to stop the bleed and then some. I mean, I've seen stop the bleed classes, as TJ said a million times, that they don't even take the tourniquet out of the wrapper. You just sit there and watch a PowerPoint and watch them put their tourniquets on dummies or mannequins or a live person, and then okay, cool, you're now certified stop the bleed. That's all the way gay, as TJ would say. If you can leave Arizona, do it ASAP. Rut-row. Well, I can relate. I was from Vegas, so it's close enough. That's why I'm out here. It's East California now. As I transition church personnel, so you're like, actually, Lauren's creating stuff like that. So that's something we're working on. We're trying to make little short videos, modules per se. But yes, we are working on those so people can have little short bursts of information. I can't blame her, Fluster Cluck, because that place is not the place I grew up in. There's like 3.8 million people there now. When I grew up there was only 250,000. And it was ran by the mafia, and they had one rule: don't steal our money, we won't bury you in the desert. And now it's all corporate and Californiaized. That's why I call it East Cali. Miss Patty, good morning. Oh yeah, those little homemade wound packing things, easy to make and great training aids for sure. Tyler, thank you. I'm just here to try and be part of the team and help out as best I can. Any other questions? I know I'm not great at this camera thing. I'm still learning to be on camera. Oh, I can fix that. Stand by. Let me see. You know why? It's because it's hitting my beard. Let's see if this works better. How about now? Yeah, that takes practice, dirt diver. You just gotta overcome it in reps and sets. And it's funny when I've had EMT interns that would see all like a first bloody call, and they would like quit on that day. And I'm like, you didn't think about this when you were going through EMT school? I mean, when a car accident happens or something bad happens, it's a lot of people juices come out, and it's something you have to be exposed to a lot to get over it. Kind of like the same thing when people vomit. They get someone's retching, they're doing the thing, that kind of sets people off, or the actual, someone seeing someone vomit, that sets off a reaction. But I've been exposed to that so much, it's not even a second thought anymore. Cool. Yeah, I think my little fake beard thing here was rubbing on the mic. Plus, I don't talk very loud, so I'm working on that. Yeah, Vegas is horrible. I had to go back there in January, and I couldn't wait to leave. It was the longest 3 days ever. You are most welcome, Texas Sheep Lady. I always forget. And then Dudley would get mad at me too, because you do stuff like this, and you hit the mic and you get mad. So project from the diaphragm. Roger that, Striker. Yep. Saffron Bay, we definitely stand behind that tactical nylon. And if you ever break it, you just send it back and we will send you one back, no questions asked. That way we can see where it failed and improve upon it. I know, Cat Patty, we're soft spoken. I wish I could be loud like Jody. She's probably gonna smack me when she sees that, but I don't think my wife has an inside voice, which is funny. And then, when you yell, sometimes you squeak, and that's always a fear of mine. I don't want to squeak when I yell. I'm not used to yelling at people. I'm pretty chill. Miss Brittany is doing her own thing. She's being a mom now because she's got little young babies, and she retired, I guess, or resigned. I don't know, about almost a year ago. She's still around. You see her every once in a while. Everything is great with Brittany. She is awesome. Exactly, Simmerwell. Talk like you're angry. The knife hand. I am clearly speaking. Dang, TGBG just gave us 20 bones. Thank you, sir. Ma'am. I don't even see. I just did it again. Bro, ma'am. Thank you. Everyone's got so many screen names, it's hard to keep up. Well, that's different, Sky. Marines are dumb, so I yell at them all the time. You gotta you gotta keep them in their place, especially the young ones. The Lance Coolies and the privates. They take a while to grow up until they get their little blood stripe, become a corporal. Exactly, Texas Sheep Lady. That's why I always tell everyone it's their emergency, not mine. Because there's no, if you get excited in front of your patient, you're going to make them all more nervous and thinking something bad's happening. So, in a sense, you kind of got to have a, I guess, bad bedside manner and don't let anything distract you and just focus on your medicine. That's what I trained myself to do. I don't get emotional anymore um, because I want to focus on what I know how to do. Take care, Dirt Diver. All right, TGBG. I will remember that, ma'am. Another ma'am. I'm also not on here enough to know all the screen names. Like, over the years, TJ and Lauren and Heath and all them have been on the internet or the live streams way more than me. So there's a lot of you out there with the screen names. So it's hard to catch up. Will NPA help if someone's having an allergic reaction? It's not a bad thing to insert if you're really worried about someone's throat closing off or whatnot. But you just got to make sure once you stick that in their nose, you got to be on top of them and monitoring them. Watch their skin color, the hives, all that stuff, because they start turning blue. The only thing you can do at that point with the NPA in, it also depends on where their throat closes off at, because the NPA only goes to the top where your split is. That's called the carina, where the split is. So it only goes to the top of that. It's right above both tubes going into the lungs. So as far as basic airway, that's about the best thing you can do. And then I would bag them with a bag valve mask. But that's when we intubate people, and the tube's a lot longer. It goes all the way into their lungs, one of the stems. So, um, but it's not bad to put an NPA in. If that's all you got. But definitely, if they really start turning blue, I would get their butts to the hospital as soon as possible, or call 911 so a paramedic unit could intubate them, because you don't want the throat closing off to the where they can't put that tube in. That's a big fight. That's when the surgical airways come into place, and nobody wants to get their neck cut open for a surgical airway. Rick, I absolutely use clove oil for toothaches. That's the best thing you can get over the counter. If you have clove sticks, you can kind of make your own stuff with it. But yeah, clove oil is good stuff. You're funny, 12C. Oh, good lord. I think the first time I met you, 12C, was at the Ruckus 2 years ago, and you had your little boy there, and you were bound and determined to show him how to put on a soft tee, and you could not get that windlass into the triangle, and it was driving you nuts, and you would not give up. I was like, start over. Like, no. I said, start over. Like, no. I got this. He sat there for like almost 30 minutes trying to get that windlass into the triangle. Yes, clove oil is awesome to keep on hand. That's part of my dental kit for sure. And that fake porcelain stuff. Also, another good thing to keep on hand is if you can get what you call it, oregano oil. Make sure it's the kind that you can consume. That stuff is the best antibacterial there is out there. That's natural. As long as you get an essential oil, you obviously want to put that in a carrier oil. You don't want to put that stuff one drop in your mouth. It'll be burning forever, and you'll hate yourself. But yeah, get a consumable oregano oil. Super antibacterial and good stuff. Yep. Yeah, essential oils have their place too. Not my jam yet. That's another rabbit hole I'm going to go down eventually. Um, but I do know that frankincense and clove oil and oregano oil are some of my go-tos for certain things. As long as like I said, the oregano oil has to be in a carrier oil because that stuff will burn. And I also make um, what's that stuff called? Peepaw's having a brain fart. Cayenne pepper. I make cayenne pepper tinctures with 90,000 heat units. That stuff is amazing as well for stopping bleeds. And you can also, if you're having chest pains, you could drink that stuff and it'll help relieve your chest pains. Another herbal thing I learned, but I don't know, 10 bottles of 90,000 heat unit cayenne pepper tinctures. Take care, Kimberly. Have a blessed day. Yep. Sky. That stuff's oregano's awesome. Oh, awesome, Fluster Cluck. Okay. Light bulb. That podcast is awesome, Beartron. I still learn stuff listening to those guys, but they're still doing all the things that I used to do. So it's nice. Again, you got to stay on top of that stuff because certain things, like prime example, for the midwives that deliver babies, I've delivered 5 babies in 30 years on an ambulance or on scene, and that's the scariest call. I hate. That's the call I hate the most, just because it's so rare. And how do you practice giving birth to a baby? You really can't, but at least you can read up on it or watch videos to keep, like, it'll remind you of, oh yeah, you're supposed to do this when this happens. So yeah, that's a lost art, it seems, Texas Sheep Lady. It's amazing when you go down the history of medicine and the stuff that grandma, great grandma, great great grandma used to do, and it's not even a thing anymore. And it's the lost ways, like those little books that they sell. Yeah, I agree with you 100%. They cook with oil, man. They cook with oregano oil, or not oregano oil, excuse me, avocado oil or olive oil or good old vegetable oil. Yeah, I saw that, Beartron. It's crazy on some of the updates they made that I'm not super excited about for the everyday civilian guy. I can see if you're in the field of medicine or you're a medic and you do that stuff all the time and you're training all the time, or you're again paramedic or doctor or nurse stuff, but for your everyday citizen that just knows basic trauma stuff, I think some of the updates might be above their scope of practice or skill level. So like I said, some of those things I have a few concerns on, but I'm just a guy. I'm not one of those doctors on the panel. So what's the reality of working in EMS when you don't want to get jabs? What do you mean, Red Pill? Can you expand on that? Yep, Biggie text. That's something my wife wants to do, or I want her to do, or help me do, is build a little herb garden for my medicines once I get better at the herbal stuff. Yes, the birthing bucket is a humongous asset. I think, how many births do we have from our birthing buckets? Like 10, 12, something like that?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think we just had another one come in. So yeah, I think we're like
Yeah.
12.
Yeah. So those birthing buckets, what, UKL and someone else made those up, right?
No, Kale and Britt did.
Kale and Britt did, yeah. So not to steal away from their thunder, but that was an amazing idea that they did that. My sister had the same thing. She had her last baby when she was 39 or 40. So yes, Texas Shape Lady. That there's a lot of kids nowadays that, I think this, as DJ calls it, the rectangle of death or the existential crisis thing has taken people's attention away from stuff that's right here in front of us, and it's not as cool to learn cooking tips from mom or grandma or great grandma. But again, it's just weird how the generations change. Logan, I am unsure because again, I'm still learning that discipline. But it does not. I don't doubt that at all. I know there's all kinds of stuff that you can chew on that does wonderful things for your body as far as what comes from the ground. TJ and Heath went down to Houston. They're I think it starts at 10 o'clock is when today's show starts at 10 o'clock. They had a good time yesterday. They said they made a lot of great connections and talking to people. What up, Dave? Dave and his See, there you go, Badger. Badger knows. Again, I'm still learning that stuff. So, I cannot wait to know more. Rick, I have no idea. I don't know if TJ's going live from Texas. I don't know if and when he's doing the. Probably not, according to Mama Bear. So, and I don't even know if he's doing the pelt. So we won't know until he puts out the blast. Depends on how tired he is. Manuka honey is awesome, especially the stuff from New Zealand. I have a few bottles of that stuff as well. Very medicinal. I even have honey, I guess honey cream, natural honey cream, Manuka honey cream that you can put on wounds. Honey's a great wound healer as well. Well, that's a bummer, Big E. I heard they're having a great time down there. Saffron Bay, Dutch apple cheesecake. Yeah, that does sound good. I You cannot give me enough cilantro or basil. My wife's like, you go that stuff too fast. I love cilantro and basil. We ran out of basil one time and made what do you call that stuff? The mozzarella cheese and the tomatoes. We ran out of basil, so we used cilantro instead. It was good. Caprese salad. Yeah, I love caprese salad. Badger, I'm a cat 7 guy. I mean, I have soft tea on my hip right now, but I am more comfortable with the cat. But I know that soft tea is a smaller footprint when you're putting it in your pockets and whatnot. But um, I just more comfortable with the cat because that's what I play with the most. Basil on pasta, absolutely. When I was in Italy, they just had a cheese pizza. It was called a margarita. It's just basil, cheese, sauce, and the bread, the dough, and that was bomb diggity. I don't know, man. I love cilantro, Biggie. I'm sorry, it doesn't taste like soap to me. Do we even have an Aldi's in Oklahoma, or maybe in the big city by you down there, huh? In the big city. Yep, definitely slishes for the littles for sure. I agree, 12C. It's the best cheesecake to ever cheesecake. I know, right? I'm hungry now. Y'all are killing me. I agree, 12C. I would rather use a soft tea for Buddy Aid versus personal aid. Yeah, but right now I'm EDCing a soft tea on my hip. Beartron's like, let's talk medicine, not food. Hey, I'm here to talk about whatever y'all want. So, wilderness. Oh, um, gosh, that's a. I mean, I would say toddler maybe. 4 or 5 year old. I think it's less intrusive. It's less scary. It's just a big stretchy band. Oh, dude, really? You know how much of a pain in the butt it is to pull out my soft tee off my hip and do the standby? I will get our cat and do it. I hate doing tourniquet check. Tourniquet check on my with the soft tee. Nope. All right. Ugh. And I'm doing this through my thick ass sweater. And I'm doing this with my left hand. Not my favorite. Ugh, come on, one more. I know this is a little slow. I like doing this on my left arm better. Hopefully that's where I get shot at if ever I get shot. Okay, that took more than 30 seconds. Yeah, I do not like doing self-application with a soft tee. That is not fun. and I don't practice it, so that's probably something I should probably work on. But I very rarely have a soft tea on me. That's what I have today on my cool little thingamajiggy here. Not dead. Look at that, Striker. You got a business thing going on the side. Monthly subscription. Yep, desk kit's a great starter kit. I mean, even if you bust that open and put it in your own bag, that's definitely a great starter kit. And don't sleep on a SWAT tee. Yep, OSHA. Look at that, trading pie recipes. See, got rye, you got pie, you got cheesecake. It's labor intensive, 3 hours of pie. Woof. I love being in the kitchen, huh? Index, index, index. Well, thank you, sir. Restage your tourniquets. Well, I don't know if I'll ever get it at 35 seconds while cooking breakfast. Not with a soft tea. Saffron, I would say so, and just from its ease of use, and plus Slishmans are awesome if you do canine stuff. I prefer the Slishman over the canine tourniquet for canines, just because of their anatomy. That's why we put the Slishman in the kiddo kit, because it's less intrusive. It's just a big orange or black band that just looks like a big ace bandage, and you just wrap it tight. Yeah, the Slishmans are cheap too. They're like 10, 11 bucks. And it's worth it to have a few. I mean, at 10, 11 bucks a piece, Mark, I would probably get 3 or 4 or 5 of them, bro. I mean, just to have. I look at it this way: you got 4 limbs, and you have 1 extra as a spare. And again, for 50 bucks, you can get 5 of those, give or take. I mean, a regular tourniquet costs 34 bucks, so. Enchiladas, orderly. Yeah, see, that's my problem with going to the hospital. They only get taught one way of doing things. They don't expand. I mean, for the most part, they don't expand outside of what they're taught in school or their little textbook. There are so many ways to skin the cat. Well, if that Slishman would fit around Dudley's thighs, they'll fit around a kid. That's faux show. Skinny kids, definitely Slishman. Biggie, I am aware of it, but I am not familiar with it. I've never had an opportunity to play with an RMT. On the Boo Boo bus, all we had were cats. They didn't even have soft teas, and even then, the cats were still in their wrappers inside the jump bag, inside the middle compartment. So it was, I yelled at them all the time for not having those things pre-staged. So I always had mine on me. My partners thought I was crazy. It's not sterile. I go, that's gay. Yep, that's a good word, Big E. Absolutely, the cat is way better or way easier, in my opinion, for self-application. Yeah, like I said, the Slishmans I mean, in comparison of price, the Slishmans are 20 bucks cheaper than each tourniquet. So, I mean, like I said, you can get a 5 pack for like 50, 55 bucks or whatever. And they'll work just as well as for the most part. That's all you got. I would take a Slishman over using your belt or a triangle bandage. Correct, Striker. People still forget about direct pressure. Before tourniquets were a thing in the pre-hospital environment, they weren't really mainstream yet because it was a military thing. We would do direct pressure elevation and then tourniquet as a last resort. But direct pressure is still a thing. Even elevation is still a thing. It's just now that tourniquet's around, they don't teach it as much anymore. Well, as TJ would say, Saffron Bay, uh, there's OSHA requirements, and TJ has all those numbers memorized. I do not, but there's OSHA standards that have to be adhered to. If not, your safety and health, safety and risk manager is basically liable. Same with a procurement officer that buys fake stuff. But also, you don't want to throw your weight around. I'm going to tell OSHA on you, and then they fire you for something stupid. But definitely got to bring it up. I mean, it's like, why do I care more about the welfare of my coworkers than you do, and you're the boss, or you're the safety and health guy, or safety and risk guy, or girl? Yep, pressure points are a thing. 100%. Red pill, it depends on the jurisdiction. I was not required to take the vaccine in Vegas. It was optional for us. I guess it also depends on your state. Like I said, I mean, some states are still making a big deal about the pandemic, but when I was in Nevada, even in 2019, 2020, 2020, all that stuff, it was optional. They didn't force it on us. Take care, Biggie. Well, I'm trying. That's a good word, 12C. That's not wrong. It's hard to look at the camera and the chat. Yeah, I'm hoping this mandatory vaccine stuff, um, as far as the Charlie Victor 19 goes, it should not be mandatory. It should be voluntary until you start showing symptoms. Then you just don't go to work. Yeah, cutting airbags are fun. All that smell and smoke. If you will read the chat you respond to, it helps on those you reply. Thank you, Texas Sheepblade. Again, I'm still learning the whole camera thing. I'm used to talking to an audience. You can read their body language. You can't read body language when you're looking at the 3 little dots on the iPhone. I'm sorry to hear that, Fletcher Cluck. Yeah, I think that's what killed my mom. That's why I had to go back home in January. As soon as she took that shot, within 3 years, she was gone. That's a good question, Striker. I don't know what happened to that stuff. I haven't actually followed it, so, but something I will look into for sure. Dang. Ugh. Yeah, Fletcher Cluck. I'm sorry. That sucks. That it's a sore subject with me too, because I ran on calls with people within 24 hours of getting that shot. Just their body was doing weird things, spasming, seizing. Just it was the weirdest thing ever.
Wind things down, Mike.
Okay, coolio. Well, got any more questions? Because boss lady says we gotta wind this down. I gotta build stuff.
Make sure to tell them to sign up for the newsletter
Sign up for the newsletter
and SMS.
and SMS.
Cool stuff goes out there.
Yeah.
And to hit us up on the store.
What about is that a
The what?
is that
You're really bad at mouthing things. I don't know what you're saying.
is that for Gen Pop?
No. We're not telling them about the secret squirrel stuff.
Okay, that's why.
That's why. They're gonna keep your eye out for Black Friday because something incredibly amazing that we've never done before. That's not a kit or training or anything like that. Well, it's not something you're used to. Is happening. Okay.
Cool. We love change. We love new stuff.
Striker's like, tell us. It's secret. We can't.
Secret squirrel stuff.
Okay, guys. Thanks for being here. Bye.
Appreciate y'all. Have a blessed day. Shalom.
Shalom.
We must.